Hey guys, what's up? Lumpy Ice Cream here. I am very excited because, I have just received a parcel from Pop Culture. For those living in Australia, I highly recommend you go on over to Pop Culture and check them out. They have some really cool stuff. If you live within Australia, spend over $100, you get free shipping. And I have ordered all 4 versions of the Doctor Who Collector Series 12th Doctor figure. We have the white shirt version, the polka dot shirt version, the purple shirt version, and finally the black shirt version. You can all see they're all sealed very nicely. There's no damage to the packaging, so really good job for Pop Culture sending them out. They arrived in, brilliant quality. Will the figures hold up? Let's find out. At the packaging, it's pretty standard for the Doctor Who Collectors line from what I've seen of the other ones online. I don't actually own any other one except Missy, and Missy has unique packaging, so there's that. It's kind of this, it goes from like this starry kind of space thing and then down into this red. You got the diamonds, which look really nice. 5.5-inch collector series, 12th Doctor collector figure. The TV movie / Pertwee era logo there. The backdrop behind the figure again has those diamonds in this like bright blue, and it also has some of the cogs and wheels from the Series 8 intro, well, Series 8 and 9. On the side here, we've got basically the same stuff. On the other side, you've got a window packaging, scan me. You can see like right into the packaging, see the figure. And then here's the back. You got a read up, which I'm not going to bore you with. You've got a quote, "I'm the Doctor, I've lived for over 2,000 years, and not all of them were good." And a picture of the figure. The packaging on all of these are the same. The only exception being the picture. I wish they would have changed the quote on all of these and actually make it from the corresponding episode. So yeah. I'll just put that there. So you can see that like these two are basically matching poses, or very nearly, and the same with these two. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I do wish that they would have had different quotes from the corresponding episodes. So now we're going to open these all up and take a closer look. Fucking scissors, where are they? There you are. Just a quick thing I'd mention, guys. I took a look at the packaging, and you can see that there are holes at the back of the arms, but there is actually no string. Now, I did check all the other versions, and they don't have that either, but they have the holes. That's kind of weird. I don't know what that's about, but let's continue with the unboxing, shall we? I forgot to mention during the packaging segment is these figures are fully resealable. You can take them out, play with them, put them back in the packaging, just like new. One down. Free to go.
Chicken and meat.
We don't have to say goodbye, 'cause friends like these will never die. 'Cause tonight we're gonna leave our fears behind. We're in it together, stepping out and we're letting our spirits fly. Stay fierce forever. We gotta do that.
That's the polka dot shirt one out of packaging. Let's move on to the purple shirt version.
Don't stop rocking your right to pride. We are monsters, we are proud. We are monsters, say it loud. We are monsters, we are proud. We are monsters, say it loud. 'Cause tonight we're gonna leave our fears behind.
There's the purple shirt version out of packaging. There is a major concern, well, not major concern because it's easily fixable, but why it slipped past, I don't know. But we will get into that when we take a look at that particular figure.
We're in it together. Come on, it's time to let our spirits fly. Stay fierce forever. We gotta do that. Your best nightmare. Don't stop rocking your right to pride. We are monsters. We are monsters. We are proud. We are monsters. We are loud. We are proud. We are monsters. We are monsters.
There we go, guys. We have all of them out of packaging. We're going to do a quick cut, and we'll take a closer look. I don't know why I did that weird head movement. We'll take a closer look at the 4 versions of the 12th Doctor. And here are all 4 versions of the 12th Doctor out of packaging, looking, well, some of them looking rather nice. I will go into the annoyances with these figures as we go through them. We're going to be using the white shirt version as a representative for all of them, and we'll take a closer look at them after, but we'll use him for like articulation and sculpt and all of that. So let's bring him in. Let's first look at the articulation. If you're a fan of the Doctor Who 5.5-inch figures, you know what to expect here. He has a rotation at the head. He has a ball joint at the shoulder, allowing it to do the standard 360 as well as go out to about 90 degrees. He has a bicep swivel, a single joint elbow, a single joint at the elbow, wrist articulation, although the sleeve does hinder it, and I don't recommend forcing it as you could rub some of the paint off. He has a 360 at the waist, which it will do. However, as you can see, some paint off somewhere has just chipped off. Plus, I don't know if the camera picked it up, but as I was doing that, this rubber piece here, the belt, was twisting in a way I don't really think it was supposed to. I believe this whole shirt piece is just a rubber piece that has slipped over the body. It's not actually like solid plastic and part of like the chest sculpt. Yeah, be very careful that you don't tear this. I'm not sure how durable it is, so just don't push your luck. He has a standard leg joint, allowing it to go back and forth and out to the side. However, I don't recommend that, as you could run the risk of warping the jacket. I mean, it's fine for me, but it does look a little bit more flush on this side than it does on this side. He has a thigh rotation, a single joint at the knee, and something that isn't seen a hell of a lot in the Doctor Who range, an ankle swivel. So I know that when this figure was first shown, there was a lot of backlash saying that, oh, why does he not have a cardigan or a waistcoat? He was never seen on screen without one, so why make it? Now, I'm not the first one to say this. I have seen a few people point this out online and on YouTube. He did actually wear this form of outfit in the Caretaker. At the very beginning of the Caretaker, when he's on the desert planet with Clara tied to the pillars, look closely, and he is actually not wearing anything over the white shirt. So, I don't know if Character Options saw that and thought, that's a perfect loophole. We can make this figure 4 times without, you know, spending any money for a waistcoat piece or a cardigan piece. Or if it's just sheer laziness on their part. I know that a similar situation happened with the 5th Doctor figure from the K1 robot wave, where they didn't put the celery on, and their excuse was he didn't wear the celery in Castrovalva, so, you know, that's this version. Bit of a, you know, frustration, but whatever. You don't have to actually, like, sculpt it if you don't want to. I have seen it be done with paint apps. As a matter of fact, I have another one here, which I ordered loose because I could not find these guys anywhere. And usually, I am against buying loose for anything. I do not like it. However, he had the sonic screwdriver with him, so I purchased him for about 60 Australian dollars, including shipping. And you can see I've just painted the cardigan on, and it's come out pretty good. So you can achieve it just by doing some paint apps. Obviously, the belt still kind of shows up, but... And even then, even though it's not exactly accurate, you could just get... If you have the Time of the Doctor set, you could just get the waistcoat from that, trim the thing down. It will still have the chain, but you can just, like, glue it on. And there you go. Or if you are sculpting savvy, you can sculpt it on yourself. Well, as you can see, I already have made the cardigan version. This one will actually be turned into a Face the Raven custom once I get the paint. So I have a spare Time of the Doctor set, and even if I didn't, you know, it comes with 2 waistcoats, and you really only need 1. So I will be modifying that waistcoat and then gluing it onto this figure and then doing a paint job. So yeah, let's move on to the sculpt, and this is something that has divided the fans a lot. Some say it's a fair enough resemblance to Peter Capaldi. It works. Some say it's horrible. It's worse than the Time of the Doctor set version. For reference, I have him somewhere here by my side. Yep. Here he is. At least my custom anyway. I have a custom showcase video that I did. In fact, I have a few that I still need to upload. As you can see, there is currently a problem with his chest. It just won't go in. I guess that's because of the paint that's been put on there. But you can see here, this to me is a much better resemblance to Peter Capaldi. It's better than this weird face pulling thing. A lot of people seem to ask, and so I will show you here. Yes, the head is removable. Ugh. It's kind of stiff. It doesn't really want to come off as easily as it probably could. You can put this head on the body. However, I don't like how this looks. I think the head, it's just, something's off here, and I think it's, the head looks far too small for the body. Yeah, I think the head just looks way too off. It doesn't work. And plus, you could risk damaging the peg if you continue to, yeah, see, it just doesn't want to go on. It's not like it's meant to be removable, like the Missy figure all the time, or the Doctor figure. It's, you know, on there pretty tight, and it's really hard to get off. And for little reward, I don't recommend you do it. Like, you might look at that and think, no, there was no problem. I thought it was it looked perfectly to scale or whatever. But personally, I think it just the head looked way too small on this body. That is another concern of people, is they say that this, the figure is, you know, too tall or whatever. Some people have kind of got technical and like put him up against a TARDIS toy and said, this is how high this is how tall Peter Capaldi actually is. Now, before we move on to the height, which is a problem for some people, I just want to talk about the head sculpt a little bit more and give my opinions on it, because I went into what other people think of it, but I don't actually think I touched on what I think about it. I think it's perfectly fine. The problems with it are problems with pretty much all the Doctor Who figures. Not to spoil the comparison that's going to be coming up later, but let's just bring in the War Doctor. That looks like John Hurt. Problem is, it looks like John Hurt at probably around 50, just with grey hair. Age is something they have never really been able to get right in the Doctor Who line. I think Capaldi is in there. I have heard that if you like give it the right paint job, it really looks like Capaldi. Obviously, I can't comment. If I were to modify this, I would probably get some Milliput or whatever and just like put some on his forehead, give it some, like, you know, definition. I definitely see Peter Capaldi in there. It's just the age doesn't really come out as well as it should. And that is, again, a problem with the Doctor Who line in general, not just this figure. So I'm going to let it slip. It's fine enough for me. Now, the scale is something a lot of people have gone on about. Some say it fits fine, it's alright. Some say, no, it looks closer to a 6-inch line. I haven't actually got a 6-inch figure to hand with me, and I'm not willing to go get one off my display, because that would be extremely hard, because all my 6-inch figures are like in a certain pose, and if I grab one, the rest will fall. So yeah, but the scale to me is fine. Some people have gotten pictures from Deep Breath when he steps out after the 11th Doctor phone call, when he steps out of the TARDIS, and it's shown here is where his head is supposed to be, and you know, it's just under the TARDIS window or slightly above the bottom of it. Yet I don't actually have a TARDIS to hand, but I don't have one at all. Been meaning to get one. Probably going to pick up the 12th Doctor one, to be honest. But he stands just like about maybe half an inch taller, I don't know, than what Peter Capaldi should be. But I don't care, because scale is something that, much like the age, scale is something that has always been off in the Doctor Who line. So, you know, I don't really care. It works well enough to me. It's not off-putting, but you'll see that in the size comparison at the end. So the sculpt and the height, I don't have a problem with. Let's move on. The coat is really cool. Something I've noticed, I'm not exactly sure what it is. All of them have this little nick here. There's this, like, cut. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but if you have this figure, go and look at yours, any of them, because they all have, yeah, they all have it. It's this little cut between the second and, the middle and bottom button. Now, when I first saw that, I was thinking, well, that's from when, in Robot of Sherwood, when Robin Hood cut the button off. Problem with that is, it doesn't match up with the slots here. The button slots, I don't know what to call them. But where the buttons go through. If that was where a button was, there should be another one here corresponding with that, but there isn't. So I don't know what that is, because it's on all of them in the exact same spot. So it's not a factory defect, unless it was like something with the molding issue, and then all of them came out like that. I don't know what, but oh well. But this jacket is a really nice sculpt. It's in the correct color. Many customs I saw would paint the jacket black, which kind of matches Flatline. I mean, in Flatline, I think the jacket is a lot darker than in anything else, because in Robot of Sherwood, just to deviate, when he's standing outside, the jacket is visibly blue. Like, you can tell it's blue. Yet in Flatline, it doesn't have that same effect. It looks plain black, stark black. There might be the tiniest bit of a blue tinge, but yeah. So I'm really glad to see that they didn't go down the black and they did do the blue. Unlike the 3 3/4 inch figure, we have the red lining. And what I think a nice little attention to detail is it doesn't just, like, I did this on my custom, I must admit, but the inside of the jacket isn't just all red. There's actually a little bit of blue going across, which I have a replica of the 12th Doctor's jacket, and that is the case with that one. The red doesn't just go all the way down, at least from memory. Could be remembering wrong. It's been a while since I picked the jacket up. We've already gone on about the accuracy of the white shirt, and I will also admit that this is actually the most accurate version we have. I'll go into the inaccuracies with all of these in a minute, but one thing that, I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it could bother you. The white at the bottom of the shirt is just a paint app. It just goes from, like, the jacket down, and then they put white over it. Problem with that is, as you can see, it gets a little sketchy. If we bring in my other one, it's fine. You know, all the way around. Gets a little splotchy here and there. But here it's gone all up the arm. This side's clean. And luckily that's on the inside, so no, you can still kind of see it. So I kind of wish that was probably sculpted, and then that would make it easier for collectors to touch it up if they needed to, but it just being part of the same sculpt, it could be hard to get a small paintbrush and just, like, you know, try and get it even, whereas if it was sculpted there, we'd have a rough idea of what we were doing. So they made the pants grey, which is good, because the pants were not black, they were visibly grey. And the boots look really good. They're done in this glossy black paint with like a greyish brown tread. Looks really nice. One hand is kind of like in this gesturing pose, similar to like the first pictures released of Capaldi as the Doctor. He does have the ring, which is a nice attention to detail. Although it's like not visible on the inside of the finger. You'd thought they'd put like a little bit of gold paint in there. In fact, I think I have Missy to hand, and I believe she has that. Yeah. If you look inside Missy's hand there, and just, yep. I don't know if you can see it, but she has a little bit of black paint there to symbolize her ring. So it's kind of weird that they didn't do that here, but oh well. Now, paint apps, other than the sleeves, they're fairly good here. The only thing I can see is that here with the belt, they've missed the top half. Well, not half, but like the top bit. it's fairly noticeable that they've missed that. I can just get a black paintbrush and just go in there myself and fix that up, but whatever. If we move to the top of the head, I don't know what is happening with the paint apps up here. If you look here, that's nice. That's a subtle paint job. Here, there is this massive splotch of... It's not even grey. It looks greyish flesh colour. It's like they tried to apply paint to that particular area and the flesh was just showing through. Oh yeah, it's kind of like that on there. It's not so much that it's just so much of it like that. That's pretty good. It's just the shade of grey that they've got in there. It has this weird brown tinge to it. It makes it look a little weird. I don't know. Is it just me? Let me know, guys. So there's the white shirt version. Would it have been nice if they had put a cardigan or a waistcoat on there? Yeah, it would have been better. I mean, even if they had used a stock piece and just like glued it onto there, I think that would have been perfectly fine. I don't think collectors would have minded. It's just a bit upsetting that this is what's, you know, happened. Even though it is an accurate version that we saw on screen, it probably got like 20 seconds, if not that, of screen time. And then, in preference, I would have preferred a cardigan, just because I think a cardigan is a bit more unique for a Doctor. From the top of my head, the only other Doctor who wore a cardigan was Tom Baker in his opening season. Does the question mark pullover count as a cardigan? Is it a cardigan? I just always call it a pullover. I presume it's a cardigan, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Sylvester McCoy and Tom Baker were the only ones. There's a fucking fly. Go away, you can't have them. No. But, yeah, it's a nice enough figure. Is it the best of the bunch? We'll see. Let's move on to the next one, which is the next one that was actually released by character. And it's the polka dot shirt version from Kill the Moon. One of the worst Doctor Who stories I have ever seen. It is one of the rare ones that get a 0 out of 10. Yeah. Oh, might want to mention also, sorry. No, he can stay there. We'll just use this guy as an example. All of these come with a sonic screwdriver. It does not really fit into the hand. You can see there, the thumb should be gripping the black part. It's not. I have tried forcing it into the hand more. It just won't go. It's not having any of it. I did manage to do it here for this one, and as you can see, it's hovering over the black part. It's not flush on though, and then doing that warps the sonic, so be warned if you want to try that. So yeah, I tried it on all of these. None of them can really do it. The plastic's just so stiff on the hands. But the nice thing is we get a new sculpt for the sonic, a closed one. I know that collectors had been wanting that for a long time. With the 11th Doctor figures, they had wanted a closed version of the Sonic, and they didn't get it. Luckily, Capaldi doesn't really open his. In fact, I don't think his. It's been a while since I've watched Series 8, but I can't recall him opening it very many times, if at all. So it's nice that they included that. Some people have got a little nitpicky and gone a bit too far and say that the Sonic, they've actually compared it to the other Sonic and they're the same length, which obviously they shouldn't be, but you're not going to notice when it's on your shelf. Now, one thing I wish they would have done is kind of thrown in an accessory to match the on-screen version. I don't know what you would give to the Kill the Moon version, because he only wore this outfit for the, like, beginning 2 minutes, if that, and the last few minutes also. For the rest of the time, he's wearing the spacesuit, because he was on the fucking moon, so obviously. So, I don't know what you would give him. Hell, I don't even think he used the Sonic while wearing this costume. But, whatever. But, like, you could have included, say, a, like, for example, they could have included an interchangeable shirt piece with this guy to have a cardigan or a waistcoat. This one actually has trouble standing, and I'm thinking it could be down to the fact maybe one leg is longer than the other. I don't know, I'm getting that vibe. I don't know. And then with this guy, they could have included, like, I don't want to say an interchangeable arm, but maybe have the, like, you could remove the bicep and put in another one, and it would have the glove with the spoon. That'd be cool. I'm trying to think of a time heist accessory you could give to this. Memory worm. Would have been cool to get a memory worm. But, you know, that's just character saving money. The whole reason I think that the 5-inch line died in the first place was because the characters they were making were characters no one wanted. When you look at the lines, they made so many that no one would really want to buy. Who in their right mind would want to buy a Hawthorne from Beast Below? No one. Who would want to buy a Uncle figure? I don't know, but certainly not me. They just picked some really stupid characters to make, which didn't turn into profit, hence the line dying. If they were a little bit more wise in their character selection, then I don't think the line would have died like it did, and we would have been getting a figure with a waistcoat or cardigan, and we would have had a little bit more extra money spent on these guys. I think the 3 3/4 inch, and I hope the 3 3/4 inch is gonna die because it's a horrible line. I mean, the likenesses on these figures, some of them are great, but a lot of them are iffy at best. And then you turn that into a 3 3/4 inch format, it's not going to work. The sculpts are horrible on those things. The likenesses are terrible. You don't get the same detail you get in these guys, and some would say the detail you get in these guys isn't even good. So, yeah. End the rant there. Let's move on to the unique part of this guy, and that is the shirt. Now, fuck off. This fucking fly. It did not go anywhere near this when I was taking a break, but now that I'm actually sitting down and looking at the figures, it wants to get all up in my business. No. Okay, so, I hate this costume with a passion. I would prefer my doctor looking, you know, formal. Can you believe this fly? Fucking hell. So yeah, I would prefer my doctor looking cool. Something I'd like to dress in. Not looking like my grandmother. Okay? That's the first thing I thought about when I saw... Whenever I see polka dots, I always think of my grandparents. And they don't even, like, wear polka dots. It's just I picture, like, old people. And I know Peter Capaldi's, like, you know, 57, I think, now. But, like, I picture, like, 90-year-old people when I think polka dots. And, oh, like, old ladies, more precisely. Not to generalize, but, sorry to the fans who like wearing polka dot clothing, but I just hate this costume, okay? And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, well, why did you buy the figure? I am going to customize this into something. Probably the Magician's Apprentice version, because I don't like the costume. I'm against the Doctor wearing casual clothing, like, you know, a t-shirt, especially one that has, like, a print on it, and it has, like, logos and shit. And then the hoodie bothered me, but it's kind of not it doesn't bother me anymore at the same time. But yeah, this will end up being a Magician's Apprentice version, so stay tuned for that. The polka dots are way too big. Now, people are saying that they're going to let that slip because what else can you do on a scale like this? Yeah, well, to that, I say, look at the fucking sonic screwdriver. That green on there is way smaller than these polka dots. It would have been easy to get it right, and they didn't. They fucked up polka dots, and it's all crooked. You can see here, that's going straight up. This is going straight down. And then it gets to there, and it just kind of does this weird zigzag thing. Plus, the spacing in between isn't exactly right. The shirt itself wasn't just like a bunch of polka dots placed all over the place. It was an actual precise pattern. It was not like this at all. So why character couldn't have done that, I don't know. I think they've done much more intricate paint jobs than this before. So it's kind of perplexing as to why they screwed the pooch on that. Yeah, just put him aside. He won't fucking stand. This one is the hardest to stand out of the lot. I don't know if that's going to translate to yours either, because they're just the same figure with different coloured shirts. So, here is the Robot of Sherwood version, and I probably should have done that on camera. I was doing quotation marks. It's obviously supposed to be the Robot of Sherwood one, but that purple, okay. Not for 1 second did I ever call it a purple shirt. I always called it a wine-coloured shirt or a burgundy shirt. I actually have, I wouldn't say a replica of the shirt because it's not like an official replica. I don't think there is an official replica. No. But, you know, I was just going down the street looking for clothes and found a shirt that, you know, matched the Robot of Sherwood shirt. Maybe, you know, not the precise colour, but certainly closer than this. The shirt has like more of a reddish brown tone. Never once on screen does it look this purple. Never. So what I'm going to be doing is repainting this shirt. It would look nice if Capaldi actually wore this. Like, I'd actually dig that. But he never did, so... The purple also kind of blends in, so if there is... I can't actually tell if there is mismatching paint on the sleeves, so that's kind of good. Now, speaking of mismatching paint, I have no idea how this happened. Take a look at the Sonic. They have fucked up the paint apps hard. Where there should be black, there's silver. Silver and gold. How? How do you mess that up? Like, it's not even the fact that there's, like, a little bit of black paint on that. There's none whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like that look. Like, just with the silver handle instead of the black, it's actually pretty cool. But, you know, I mean, I can easily go in there and do it myself, you know, just control my trembling hands. But, yeah. Now, even though this version isn't anywhere near screen accurate, it still looks pretty cool. Like, if you don't mind that much, if you're just, like, chilled and kind of mellow, it's alright. It looks pretty good. You can certainly put this on your display. Go away, Fly! I'm waiting for him to knock over one. I seriously am. So, yeah. There's that. I'd actually would like to see him wear a vibrant purple shirt, to be honest. I like the look of that figure. But, it's just that it's not screen accurate. And if you ask me, a figure has to be at least close to screen accurate, and why this one isn't, I don't know. Speaking of not being screen accurate, here's the worst one of the lot. The black shirt version. Again, it's in the same boat as the Robot of Sherwood one. It looks cool. The purple shirt one, I should say. It looks cool, yeah. It just does not match anything he ever wore. The closest thing it comes to is the Time Heist, But the Time Heist, he's wearing a bluish grey shirt. He's not wearing a black shirt. From some angles it may look black, but I never actually... It wasn't until actually looking at this figure and going back that I started to think, from some angles, it looks black. But watching the episode... Sorry for the weird voice thing there. I think I did a hiccup of some sort. I don't know. But, never once did I think it was black until seeing this figure, going back, and thinking, oh, it kind of looks black from some angles. But no, why was it so hard to get a blue? Why? Like, I don't like the costume in Time Heist. I love the episode itself. But the costume just kind of looked bland because it was basically all one, different shades of the one color. So maybe it might have been better if the shirt was black. But, you know, for... It just makes no sense to not have it screen accurate. It shows a lack of care, in my opinion. That's what I honestly think. So, let's just move them back. Move them all back here. Which one... Actually, we'll save which one is the best, which one's the worst, yada yada yada, for the end. In the meantime, let's do a little bit of size comparison. So here he is alongside his regenerated form. There goes the black shirt version. You can see the height, you know, it's not there. But, you know, for regeneration figures, what they mostly do is just get the same figure and just replace the head. So the size accurate thing is kind of iffy. Like when I get around to making my customs of the regeneration figures, I'm actually going to make them size accurate. I'm not just going to do a basic head swap. Especially for the third Doctor, because putting the third Doctor's head on the second Doctor's body would not work out at all. I'm going to do a quick... Well, the Tim's going to quickly cut this while I get the black figure. So, be back. Thanks, Tim. He fucking fell behind the chair. I'm sure that Tim's gonna put this in at the end. I don't know. I let him have free reign over editing my videos. Oh, I don't think that was supposed to bend that way. I'm sure there's gonna be a that's what she said there. Although now that I've said that, he's probably not going to put it in there. Or just edit this part out. I don't know. He does whatever he wants. There's no controlling that motherfucker. Okay, put this fucker back. Actually, the cut fits so well. And here they are next to Missy, the black version. Review of her will be coming up soon. I'm trying to hold out until I can get the purple version. But if you see a review of her, then yeah, it'll either just be this version, or if I can get my hands on the purple version for a good price, I will let you guys know. Now, before we get into the size comparison with all of the previous Doctors, I would just like to discuss which one's my favorite, which one's my least favorite, and the two in between. Alright, worst one. Easily this one. That just comes down to the choice of outfit. I think they did not need to make this version. The story is not popular. I don't see much love for it, if any at all. The costume he wore is atrocious. Many people think so. So, there's that. Next, just gonna have to go with the white shirt version. Again, I can understand why they did it, save a bit of money, and it is the most screen accurate version. It's just giving him a plain white shirt with nothing on makes him look a little bit bland. It makes him look like just kind of some guy off the street. which is kind of what Capaldi's outfit is. It's really when you start adding stuff to it. When you add the waistcoat, when you add the cardigan, when you have a different colored shirt, it's when it starts to look a little more unique. Seeing this, it's just a bit bland for my tastes. That is why I painted that. That looks so much better. So yeah. Now I'm really torn on these last two. I'm going to have to go with this one, just because it does not match anything that was on screen. It's kind of pure laziness, but it does look cool, I will admit. I think this is a nice look. And of course, the purple shirt version, which ironically came with the messed up sonic screwdriver. I can just do like a swap thing. Plus, I have customs in mind for all of these, actually. This one will be turned into the Magician's Apprentice version. This one will be turned into Face the Raven. This one will get a repainted shirt to make it look more accurate. Same with this one, except I do plan on sculpting the glove with the spoon, because just to make him look a little bit more interesting and striking. So, which one can I recommend? Again, not my personal favorite, but which one can I recommend? Well, the general consensus is, at least from the forums I've visited, these two aren't even in the running to get. It's the pick of these two, and some people, most people pick this just because the purple is a cool and interesting look. I would have to go with the purple one, yeah. Even though this one is the most screen accurate, not a lot of people know that. And even then, it's a perplexing choice as to why they did it. Well, not perplexing. I understand why they did it. It's just why they did it. I don't like why they did it. This one is the worst. I don't know why they made that. Because, I only bought these for comparative review and to make customs. So, yeah, guys. He's not even in the running. So if it was these three, if you were presented with all four of these and say you only had money for one, I would go with the purple shirt version just because it's the most visually striking one. If you have a quick solution as to how to fix this, like you want to try the paint app thing, or you can just get a spare waistcoat you have and glue it. I have tried heating up the jacket and removing it. It's incredibly difficult. I tried putting him on the heater, I tried hairdryer, I tried water, I tried everything I could, and the jacket would not come off. It is glued in tight. The only way I see you getting the jacket off the figure, is if you cut the plugs that go into the chest. Obviously, I'm going to need to do that in order to remove this shirt so I can sculpt over the bare body underneath. And I'm probably gonna need to find some clever way of getting the waistcoat in there without removing the jacket, because it's such a chore. So yeah, we're gonna move these three off into the sunset. Ow. And we'll do a quick cut, and we'll be back with a size comparison. And to get this shot, I've actually had to get out of here, you cheeky minx. Fucking missy. Anyway, to get this shot, I've actually had to full-on pull back the laptop off of the desk thing, so it's getting a little shaky here. You can see here, I've gone for this weird, I don't know, thing, arch, I don't know. And you can see, I think he fits in really well. I know it's not the best setup to show, but it's the only one I can make with the space I have available. So yeah, I think he looks really nice, stood alongside the other Doctors, especially this purple shirt version. So let's get this laptop back, and we will do the final thoughts. And there we go. That's all 4 versions of... Oh, for fudge's sakes, Missy, would you leave? She just does not learn. Okay, guys. One thing I did not mention is the prototype picture for the polka dot shirt version has white going down the middle, white dots. I presume they're supposed to be the buttons. I honestly cannot remember off the top of my head if the buttons are supposed to be white or black. This one looks a little bit better. The less polka dots, the better. Or buttons. Whatever. So you guys, like I said, I can highly recommend the purple. I can recommend any of these, except for this shit one. But yeah, if you're gonna go with any, and you don't have plans to modify this one, go with the purple one. I think he looks the nicest, despite not being screen accurate. Also forgot to mention at the top of the video, this is actually being recorded on the day of Doctor Who's birthday. So these arrived on the day Doctor Who turned 52. These are going to have a special place now in my collection because they arrived on the day Doctor Who turns 52. That's just fantastic. I really love that. That's just a nice bit of irony, I guess. Is it irony? I guess it is. I don't know. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of these figures. Oh, for God's sake, you ruined my outro air freshener thing. Now I have to sneeze. No, I don't. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think of any of these versions. Which ones do you have? Did you enjoy the review? Would you like to see more Lumpy Talks toys? Also, I'll put up a collection video, and you guys can just let me know what I should review. But yeah, guys, I will see you later. I don't know. Well, actually, no, it won't be later. The video should be up by now. But I will be doing a Survivor Series recap, probably immediately after this, to be honest. But that will be up long before this, because this is going to be edited and should be up later in the... Well, it won't matter, because you'll see it. But I'm just letting you guys know that today is the day Doctor Who turned 52. Happy birthday, Doctor Who. It's wonderful that the show has lasted this long, on and off, for 52 years. But, yeah, fantastic. Going over to Thick Plus Fin Productions, something I feel terrible about, we haven't actually mentioned yet, because to be honest, we've just forgotten. Well, I've forgotten to bring it up, sadly. We've reached over 20,000 views on the channel. I can't even begin to, you know... Oh, wow. I mean, you know, 20,000 views on the channel. That's just fantastic. Like, yeah, we only have 55 subscribers, but that's 55 people that we're looking to entertain, and we've entertained enough for them to click subscribe. And we're going to make it our goal to keep entertaining those people and entertaining more and more and more. And we're just going to bring, you know, we're just going to bring what we have to the table and just run with it. There are big plans in the future for other channels that I'm going to be involved with. Babylon 5, something I've been plugging since the day we thought of that idea. Babylon 5 will soon be getting off the ground. 16th of December, I can announce, we will be sitting down and we're going to be sitting down discussing some Star Wars. You'll see Tim and I on Thick Plus in Productions are working hard at reviewing those movies, getting those reviews to you. We've jumped to 3 videos a week now, so we're pumping those out. 16th of December, our video will be up on Babylon 5, where we're going to be discussing the Star Wars movies, ranking them from worst to best. So tune in for that. It's going to be great. And then, not only does today mark the 52nd birthday of Doctor Who, it also marks 1 year until Doctor Who Wanderers on Earth will be released. For those who do not know, Wanderers on Earth is a fan film we're going to be making. We're going to be having read-throughs very shortly, and we'll be getting that filmed, done, edited, and we're going to have it to you guys next year, 1 year from now. It's going to be, it is going to go up UK time, 5:15 on November 23rd, 2016. That is when it goes up. That date, obviously, that's when Doctor Who will turn 53, and I just really want that date for the fan film, because it would mean, you know, a lot to release that on that day. So guys, spread the news about that, please. I'm going to be uploading vlogs, giving you guys a little bit more in-depth on the process of making this thing. I will keep you guys posted every step of the way. I'm actually going to be purchasing a camera very soon and going to be doing vlogs. I'm going to try, and I say try, to do daily vlogs. Or very nearly daily vlogs. Weekly vlogs will be guaranteed. I will definitely try and pump at least one vlog out each week. So guys, I blabbered on for a bit, done my plugging. I will have seen you for the Survivor Series recap. But yeah guys, by the time this goes up, we'll probably have done a few videos on Fic Plus Film Productions. So, but nonetheless, I'm just going to say it, because I don't know when. Check out our Star Wars reviews. We should have done Revenge of the Sith by the time this video goes up. But yeah, so go and check out our videos. Go watch our Doctor Who reactions. The last time I checked, which was like yesterday, our Face the Raven video had about 1,000 views. That's just fantastic to see that it's gone up that much. Our Magician's Apprentice video is getting close to 10,000 views, so can you please help us out there? It'd be great to see one of our videos hit 50,000. Not 50,000. What was I thinking? I read 5 on there, and 10,000. Is it 10,000? Yes, 10,000, because it's at like 9,870 something now. So it'd be great to see it hit that. I mean, we would be in just sheer amazement. But yeah, guys, tune in to all those channels. The links should be in the description. See what we got going on there. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe already to all the channels. Go to the Tim, subscribe to him. Go to my good pal Phoenix Fire. He's getting off the ground, and he's making, you know, I'm gonna try. He's definitely not the best at making videos. Neither am I. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm gonna, like, you know, help him out where I can. But for a rookie like I am, he's doing really good. He's making some pretty good stuff. So yeah, go check him out. Getting off the ground. Please help him get off the ground. He deserves it. Please follow the social media links. I've done plugging. Let me know which one you guys have. Do you want them? Which one do you want to get? Have I swayed your opinion? Have I helped you decide which one you guys want? Yeah, let me know, guys. So, until, I will catch you next time, or I will have caught you next time. I don't know. It's really weird doing this, discussing it in time pretense. I don't know. But yeah, guys, I shall see you at some point in the future, or the past, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye. Shout out to the Tim who'll be editing this video, and I can only presume putting this at the very end of the video. He likes to do that because I'm shite at editing, and the Tim is just a very kind and thoughtful person.
Yes, yes.